Hello there, goblins, ghouls, ghosts and gremlins, and welcome back to Goblin TV. It has been a while since we've seen you, and all sorts has happened in this fantastic year of 2020. But what's been going on? So we have a new edition of 40k, which is the 9th edition, which of course brings all sorts of new codexes and changes to the rules. We have a new edition of Infinity from Corvus Belli, which brings all sorts of new changes to rules and simplifications, which makes everything far easier to play. There's new models, there's new releases, there's all sorts of really fantastic stuff that's going on in the world of hobby gaming right now. So if you haven't bought any of the new stuff, what is wrong with you? Get on down to Goblin Gaming and grab yourself some of this amazing new stuff. So let's go through and see what we've got. So, what is new for the spookiest, scariest, most sci-fi skeletons of all, the Necrons, you ask? Well, I shall tell you. The Silent King has returned, and with him comes a cracking new colour scheme of a beautiful bronze. He has his own new model as well, which just looks absolutely astounding. He'll be hovering around battlefields on his brand new throne, subwoofers by his side, ready to annihilate anybody who opposes his brand new dynasty. The entire range has had an almost complete facelift. We have the new Monolith, which looks absolutely astounding. Beautiful redesign of the classic kit. So the destroyers have had a new facelift as well, more specifically the heavy destroyers. And he is one big booty skeleton with rocking a truly enormous gun. And if you thought he wasn't scary before, I don't know what was wrong with you, because he's absolutely terrifying now. We also have brand new forms of destroyers as well, in the forms of the snaky Ophidians, as well as the new creepy Scorpex, which were featured in that amazing trailer that released by GW a couple months ago. They also have a new terrain piece in the form of the Convergence of Dominion, which just looks absolutely amazing, featuring a sort of crumbled down ancient tomb world aesthetic, which just looks absolutely amazing and has really cool gameplay effect as well. There is also the new Shard of Catan, which is an absolutely fantastically incredible model, and I can't wait to get my hands on him. But he looks absolutely amazing. Some thought he was slumbering in the pits of Mars, but turns out he's actually floating across the battlefield, zapping anything that gets in his way, ready to absolutely annihilate the enemies of the Necron. We also have new models in the form of the Canoptic Doomstalker, which got its own kit as well. And they also have their data cards, there's new books. The new Necron range is turning out to be absolutely incredible, and I really love their new sort of slightly desiccated aesthetic that they're going for now. And the bronze colour scheme also just looks absolutely... But onto the Spacemarines. This month saw the release of the Hammerfall Bunker, a new sort of semi-terrain piece which can deep strike down, so you can slap it on an objective and leave it there, and then of course nobody will take that objective because it will absolutely annihilate anybody who comes close. They also had the new Primaris Chaplain on bike, ready to provide his listeners in a more mobile form, and he looked absolutely incredible as well. There's the Firestrike servo turret, which you can throw down. It will move, and so you can protect all your backlines as and when it's needed. A new Techmarine as well to fix up all the really cool Space Marine vehicles, so your repulsors and all that sort of goodness. He is here, and he is going to repair all your vehicles, ready to keep his brothers in the combat. There was the Invader ATV as well, which looks really cool, and will provide you a nice bit of fire support for your new Outrider bikes. Ready to zip in with his multi-melter or Gatling cannon as the situation requires. Moving away from the 41st millennium and travelling to the Age of Sigmar, we have a brand new army that comes across the battlefield, sending the very earth itself trembling. We have the Sons of Behemat. So this is an entire army of giants, so if you like things big and stompy, this army is 100% for you. And it comes with a brand new Mega Gargant kit. Now this kit makes one of 3 different giants: the Kraken Eater, the Gate Crusher, or the War Stomper. Each one is stompy in various and different flavours, and each kit just looks absolutely incredible. It comes with a ton of options, which you can use to customise your Gargants until you see fit. They also re-released the Ale Guzzler Gargant in the form of the Mancrusher Gargants kit, which includes 2 of the giants. as opposed to just one of them. So if you bought yourself an Elguzler Gargant kit, get yourself a Mancrusher Gargant kit, because now they can run in teams of 3. So it's 3 giants coming your way, backed up by an absolutely massive Mega Gargant as well, which will just send your foes absolutely fleeing in terror. They're a really cool army, very, very thematic, very, very stompy, very giant. They are pretty much knights for Sigmar, and they play like it, and they're fantastic. The War Scroll cards are out. The codex, the battle tome is out, and they also have a book coming as well, I believe, from the Black Library. So if you like your giants, get on these guys and send your foes fleeing into the hills. Moving on from Games Workshop, we have the releases from Corvus Belli this month. So of course, with the new N4 release comes a whole range of new models as well, and they have not slowed down on that front. They released a new graphic novel last month called Betrayal, and this month they released a new expansion pack for Betrayal, which features some of the main characters from the graphic novel. So if you like that, if you haven't picked it up, do try and get yourself a copy, because it does come with a figure of the main character, and this comes with more figures of all the leads as well. And I believe they have rules as well for N4. Alongside that is a new Dire Foes pack called Void Tango, which features a Lost of Casanova, if you can believe it. The old handsome devil is running around 500 years in the future, and he is fighting some Combine monstrosity, of course. Aside from that, they also released a new skin pack for a Moonchild, who is an Aristea player. So if you liked her previous incarnation, be sure to grab hold of this, because it's a really nice model, comes with a nice little scenic base, and looks just really cool. And on top of that, we have a release for the non-aligned armies, which is the Monster Truckers. I'm not entirely sure what they do, but they sound terrifying, because I think he's got a chain rifle there. They also released a new event pack for Aristea for running tournaments and providing prizes for those tournaments. And inside features a new skin for Parvati as well, who is a really cool, entirely robotic fighter for the Aristea arena. Be sure to pick that up if you're planning to run any Aristea tournaments. TT Combat has also released 2 new kits for their Carnivale skirmish game, which is a really, really cool, interesting game. Take place in a past and dystopic version of Venice, featuring vampires and aristocrats all battling it out on the streets of Venice, where you can push people into canals and have them eaten by giant shark monsters. Absolutely amazing game. But the 2 new kits they have released is for the Pulcinellas. Pulcinellas. I'm going to say Pulcinellas, which is called the Pub Crawl Pack, and features a bunch of drunken, revelling Pulcinellas as they fight their way in order to get to the next pub. They also have released a Aristocratic Vampire Kit featuring a hulking behemoth vampire, a starving Dampier, an aristocratic human who has thrown her lot in with the vampires, as well as 2 dapper and deadly Nosferatu. We can't wait to add them to our games. I know a couple of people in the warehouse who are itching to get hold of them. And finally, good news for historical fans, because Warlord has released 2 new kits for their Prussian line. Always a little bit underrepresented so far, but fear not, for these are 2 new pieces of cavalry just for your fantastic Prussian armies. And this is the Prussian Hussars, and like all Hussar units, they cut an incredibly fine dash on the battlefield, as well as the Prussian Uhlans, a Lancer-type unit that will see you charging down the French and sending them back to their holes. And that's it from us here at Goblin TV. Don't forget to stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming your way as soon as we manage to film them. And don't forget to use Goblin Gaming for all your wargaming needs. Thank you guys, have a fantastic Halloween, and I'll see you later. The Human Torch was refused a bank loan.